So good morning and
Good morning.
congratulations on your new album. And
Thank you very much.
just listened to it a few days ago, and I have to say that I'm shocked. It's really good.
Really?
It's better than I expected.
Oh, amazing. It's good to hear. Thank you so much.
I was very curious to see what your next move would be. You had a lot of burden on your shoulders to create an even better album than the last one, which was even better than the previous one. How did you find the balance to create this new album? What did you try to do before entering the studio?
I think we just try to be spontaneous, and we just try to write what we feel we want to write at this moment, precise moment. But it's true, I had in my mind that I would love the fans to get a little bit of heaviness, because we are famous for that as well. We grew up as a technical death metal band, and I know a part of our community and fans love the technical and catchy and aggressive part of it. So it was important for us to find this balance between what we love to do, because we love to be aggressive and heavy, but we love melody as well. So it's really important for us to make sure we find this fine balance between all of this. So I would say Fortitude is a perfect example of where the band is able to go from the heaviness to the quiet aspect of it. So songs like The Chant or The Trails are like almost like a slow metal songs. But then you have Into the Storm and Grind and Bolt for One Thing and even Newfound. But the challenge was more doing something we could also play with a lot of satisfaction live, because the live aspect is a big reality of our life. We spend 90% of our life playing shows, not during the pandemic, but in general. So it's really important to be able to write the songs that will resonate in the kind of venue we play. You know, it's a reality. You know, we cannot like play grinds for 5 minutes. You know, you have to be. We want to share with the crowd. So when you open for Metallica in a stadium and you play a fucking death metal song, everyone is like, "Oh my god, it's too intense." So we have this desire as well to have more air in our sound since the beginning. We are big Sepultura and Metallica fan, you know. So naturally, we brought more groove and air in the songs, but I'm not sure if it's 100% natural or if the live has an influence. I would say I'm sure the live experience has an influence on the writing, but it's almost unconscious.
Yeah, you exactly got the songs I would like to mention. From one side, we have The Chant and The Trails, which is let's say your opus side. You're very calm and moody and all that stuff. And from the other side, there are songs like Into the Storm and The Grind, where you seem like the beast is unleashed. You know, as if someone unleashed you from your chains and started playing like crazy. This song.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I would love to do more of that on the next album. You know, so I'm during this pandemic, I have a lot of ideas. So I would love to to free the beast a little bit more. But you know, we are 4 people in the band. So the most challenging part of it is to find this area where we all agree on something. Because, for example, I would love to go full force for an entire album and go heavy from the first song to the last one. But the reality is also Jean-Michel, Christian, Joe want to express melodies, and they want something more rocky sometimes. Even myself, I love it, you know. So it's just we discuss we communicate, and we see what do you want to express, what is your mood, you know. So the mood on this album, Joe brought the chant, for example. It was something he really loved and he wanted to do it, you know. So I said, let's do it. Gojira has to be relevant to our true identity, and we have this masculine part, we have this feminine part. Let's do it, let's express it, you know. So it's why the album is so diverse as well.
However, 5 years have passed since Magma. Have you ever thought that you might lose your momentum, or else, as people have high expectations, the momentum might be lost? And I think that your album, as I remember from the previous release dates that were out, has been written before the pandemic.
Yep.
So did this add anxiety to the band? Because you have an album, you have a great album ready to be released, and you always change the release dates because of the pandemic, and it's 5 years now from the release of Magma.
Yep. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, we try our best to do things, but the pandemic was something we were not expecting at all. So the goal was to release the album around May, June 2020. So it was a huge pain in the ass, actually. We were like, oh my God, no, you know, but the reality is the management, the record company, there is an economic side of it. If you are not touring, you're losing a lot of money and a lot of promotion for an album. So everyone around the band said, let's wait the world to reopen. But then the pandemic became what it is right now. So it's actually more dramatic and complicated than we thought. So we had to wait, but at some point we said we want to drop it. Let's drop it. You know, people need culture, need music, and even if we are not touring, let's drop the songs, even for ourselves, because we hold the album for 1 year just with our, you know, in our camp. So it was time for us to release it. And yes, we didn't want to lose the momentum and the attention around the band. But what I truly believe is if you love a band, sometimes you can wait like Tool, like 13 years, you know. And Tool drop an album almost 15 years after the previous one, and Tool is the biggest band right now, you know. So what I feel, if the music is a real, if there is quality, if the band is well known for the songs and has enough credibility, I think you can wait 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years sometimes, like Slipknot, you know. They don't do so many albums, but every album is like an event, you know. So I don't want to compare Gojira to Slipknot because we are not as big as Slipknot, of course. But I think we didn't lose the momentum as well because we did a lot of touring. And when we did open for Slipknot in the US for 7 weeks, it was also a real event, like a good thing for the career of the band. So we got the attention during the tour. So if you are still touring, and if you are able to do like big tours, like touring with Metallica, Slipknot, you're not really losing the momentum. It is what I feel. But we will make sure. Well, we will make sure that the next album won't be in 5 years.
Yeah. And I guess the reason for dropping Another World out of a sudden last year, 8 months ago, was it to show the people that you're alive, and also check the reactions of the fans on your new album? Because you didn't mention anything about the new album, that it will be a track of the new album. You just dropped the track and a video. You wanted to test the reactions of the people and show that you're alive. The reactions of the people and show that you're alive.
Yeah, I would say the intention was just let's drop a standalone track and let's because we didn't have a precise plan after that. But yes, we wanted to say we are still alive. and also the song is relevant to the situation. Another World was almost like a cry for a desperate cry of you know what, it's such a mess on this planet, we just want to leave and to another one. It was like almost a child caprice. I don't know the word in
okay.
But it was almost like yeah, we want to just get out of this planet. Let's just get out. It's too much problems. Too many problems, you know, the pandemic, the fires in Australia, in Amazon, the fire in California, so many political bullshit with Trump, Bolsonaro. So we said, you know what, bye everyone, we are leaving this planet. But it was a little bit of a joke, you know, there is a second degree on it, but it was also, of course, because we couldn't release the album, we thought we need to drop something, at least one song. Even if we don't have a precise plan for the future, we don't know a date of release, let's drop a song. And the reaction was actually okay, really good, actually. I know it's not our heaviest song, but the mood was interesting and people got it, I think.
I think that Another World is characteristic of this album, is somewhere in between the chant and the trails, and between the grind and into the storm stuff. It's somewhere in between.
Yeah, it's a good balance. It's still a bit rocky, but a bit heavy on the vocals, and then the melody. Yeah, you're right. It's a good balance, you know.
You have always been activists and supporters of environmental causes, but this time you took it a bit further with Amazonia. Can you tell us how this whole campaign is going to save these tribes?
Yeah, we felt it was time to act, because words are great, music is great, but it's still only words, you know. So we felt it's a time, we are living in a time where we need to act. It's also because we are in the 40s and, you know, we are not 20 years old anymore, and we felt as an adult, as the fathers, you know, we need to also show an example of what we can do, you know. So it's an individual action, but if we wait for the government and the laws to change, maybe we will wait for 100 years, you know. So let's do something on an individual aspect, you know. Everyone can do actually something. So we set this platform, we do like we decided to raise money to give to an ONG called APB. It's an ONG in the Amazon in Brazil who's taking care of all the tribes in the Amazon. So it's an ONG of people who knows exactly what's going on over there and know exactly what people need, the indigene. So we thought, if we raise money, we need to make sure we give to the right person. So it was actually a lot of work. Like we spent 1 month to find the best person or association or organization to give them money. And we found these people, you know, with a lot of back and forth on the phone, a lot of time searching. And but this ONG is the most important and coherent and technically the best one to work with. The name is APB, so you can check online. APIB. So the goal was doing a charity or a donation. So we asked the fans to donate. It can be $1, it can be $2, it can be $1,000. And we called our friends, musicians, friends, mates. We asked, do you want to give something? And Metallica, get back to us, Guns N' Roses, Deftones, Korn, Slipknot, Carcass, Behemoth, Decapitated, and many, many more. And they gave snares, guitars, paintings, you know, and we are selling them like a charity action. So you can bet money on it, bit money. And we already rose $100,000. So it's amazing. So it shows an example that people wants to do something for a better world. people are ready to help, but we just need a platform for this. So the work was setting the right platform to real action, and I'm very proud of it. It's actually my brother who set the project, but I'm proud as a band to propose something concrete. Even if it's a drop in the ocean, it's almost symbolic, you know. We know it won't maybe fix the problem in the Amazon, but we just put a little bit of light on the problem, because we are destroying the Amazon with the most pressure forest in the world, and there is people living over there who get destroyed as well. So it's good to do something.
So during the last years, you have had 2 Grammy nominations, several great moments. However, how does it feel when your idols, the bands that you grew up with, praise you, like Metallica, like so many bands have done lots of times? How does it feel?
It feels
band.
Great. Yeah, it feels amazing. It's almost like when you go to school and your teacher is like congratulate you, you know, is doing like, you did a great job. Okay, you have a good note, you know. It's almost like, because there were Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield were my teacher in a way. I just watched so many videos of them and analyzing every details. They are genius, you know. And the reason why I'm playing metal in my life, it's because of them. So having the recognition is something mind blowing, I would say. But it's also a lot of work. We've been a band for 25 years, so I would say we didn't steal it. You know, we did a lot of sacrifice. And believe me, when you grew up in France, in the southwest, in the countryside, it's a tough idea. It's almost like a dangerous idea to just start a band as your main job, etc., etc.
So thank you very much for this.
Thank you.
It has been amazing listening to your new album, and hopefully we can see you back in Greece.
Yeah, we love Greece.
When we go back to normality.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Wish you a great day, and
thank you so much.
Hope this album goes even better than your previous ones, because it deserves it. It's a great one.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the word. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.